All right, so let's dive right into this review on function notation, which involves evaluating functions. And so this is going to be pretty short. You just need to remember that what this function notation means. So if you have something like this is pronounced p of x, and this does not mean p times x. That is wrong. Please don't ever think that. What that means is this is the input. And what over here tells you is what do you do with that number. So if you give it a number x, it's going to cube it, so put it to the third power, times it by -3. And you're also going to take another copy of it, times it by 5, and subtract that from this part, and you get the result. And what that result is usually the y value, or it's called a function value. And so if you need to get p of -3, you put -3 in the x locations and simplify. So p of -3 is -3 times -3 cubed minus 5 times -3. So you have to do some simplifying here. This part comes out to be plus 15. -3 to the third power is -81. I'm going to say, hold on. This is where calculators come in and they're awfully handy. So I'm going to put -3 to the third power is, it's -27. And then you times by -3 again in front, and this part gives you positive 81. And then you can combine those together and you'll get 96. So p of -3 is 96. Ta-da! Let's do another one. Sometimes the input's not just a single number. Instead, it's like a whole expression. You still put that in the x location. So w of -3 minus x equals 3 times. And when you plug it in, make sure you put it in parentheses. So you can get in parentheses -3 minus x. And then you got plus 3 outside. Apparently, I'm only picking examples with lots of 3s. But yeah, once you've done this, you're going to simplify this thing down. Oh, that should say plus. So you're going to distribute your 3. So now we got -9 minus 3x. You still got the plus 3. These guys combine. So now we're looking at -6 minus 3x. So that's all simplified. So that's w of -3 minus x. And ta-da, simplified. So yeah, whatever's in the parentheses goes where all the x's are, or a's, or whatever the variable is. So like on something like 8, you'll put n over 4 in the 2 locations and then attempt to simplify it down. But yeah, so that's that process. We also dealt with if you have this function notation in a context, which is on the back of this review. So take a moment to kind of read through this. I'll give you a few moments here. All right, so what you need to do is explain what f of 2 equals 20 means in this context. Well, you need to understand what this 2 means, and the equation kind of gives you a hint here. F of t gives you an idea of what this is. You're going to do 5 times whatever this value is and then add 10. Well, the 10 is the initial fee. And so this part is just what it is to come on over to your house to mow your lawn. Just getting there, so it's kind of like transportation fee. And then the 5 times t is going to be 5 times how long it took to mow. And so the f of 20 part is going to represent how long she spent mowing your lawn, which is going to be 2 hours. And then it equals 20. Remember, the equation is describing how much money she's charging people. And so this 20 is going to represent the amount of money. So this is going to mean that for 2 hours of work, of mowing, we'll do mowing, Anumeha will charge $20. Ta-da! That's what we're looking to. It's very Z-like. Anyway, so yeah, that's this kind of thing. You just kind of have to read the situation and figure out what your input variable is, like what's making the value go up and down, and that's your what goes in the parentheses there, and then what's the result out of the function. And then another thing that we dealt with was if you have multiple functions being evaluated and how to deal with those. Basically what it is, you just get h of -9, get g of -9, and then subtract the two values. So that's all you gotta do. You just plug the numbers in and evaluate. So you gotta do 2 times -9 squared plus 4 per 4. And then you gotta do g of -9, which is gonna be 3 times -9 minus 4. Yeah, so you just go ahead and simplify those. I don't know what I just did or why that exists. All right. Sorry. -9 squared is positive 81. So you got to do 2 times 81. And then you're going to add 4 to that. You're going to get 166. And this one, 3 times -9 is -27. And minus 4 is going to give you -31. And so this is going to be 166 minus -31, which is going to be, let's see, 166 minus -31 comes out to be 197, not 167, 197. Ta-da, we got it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So whatever's in the parentheses goes in for your variables, and you just have to do it more than one function. But yeah, there you go, all done. That's how you deal with function notation.